I'm gonna start by writing the text. I'm going to take the text tool. I'm going to drag a ruler and align the text by this ruler. I'm going to change their font. As you can see, each word has different type of broken letters, so we're gonna start breaking each word one by one. I'm going to grab the polygon tool and draw a 3-sides shape. Click on the X on the center and drag the X to the end node. Now I'm going to copy this shape, Ctrl C, paste it, Ctrl V, then click on it once, then I'm going to rotate it. And I'm going to do the same procedure once again. Then I'm going to select them and group them. Now I'm going to drag the X once again to the edge, and I'm going to rotate them all at once. Now, if you click in these little arrows, you can find the Smart Fill tool. And then click on each part of the letter that you want to break. Then select them all, holding Shift key. And group them. Now I'm going to do the same procedure for the rest of them. Now I'm going to select them all and make them green. I'm going to delete the shape that we've drawn because we don't need it anymore. And now I'm just going to break the parts apart. To create the second broken text effect, I'm going to take the 2-point line and cut the text in various places. I'm going to make all the lines 3-point thick, and I'm gonna make them red so we can see them better. Then I'm going to click on Object and I'm gonna convert them into an object. Then I'm gonna put the text where it was. I'm gonna select them all and I'm gonna click on Trim. And now I'm going to delete the lines. I'm gonna change its color into orange. Now I'm gonna zoom in, select the text, and with the right side of the mouse, click on Break Curve Apart. Now I can move each part separately to create the broken text effect. Now I'm going to do the cut effect. I'm going to draw a line throughout the text, and with the Smart Fill tool, I'm going to color them as we did in our first example. I'm going to take rid of the black outlines. Now I'm going to take the ellipse tool, draw an ellipse shape. I'm going to draw a line in the middle. And with the Smart Fill tool, I'm going to color only one side of the shape. I'm going to select this shape that I've already created and go to bitmaps. I'm going to convert it to bitmap. I'm gonna leave the color mode as RGB color. And then I'm gonna add a Gaussian blur. And I'm gonna put this shadow where I made the cut. I'm gonna make this part of the text a little bit darker. And these parts as well. Finally, I'm going to create the gradient background. And this is how you can create a broken typography. In this lecture, we're going to design this sweet, fun, and 3D logo using typography design. To get started, I'm going to write the text first with the text tool. I'm going to enlarge it and change its font. Now I'm going to convert the text to curves. I'm gonna make multiple copies of the text. Because we're gonna need them later. Now I'm gonna set an outline. To do so, make sure that when you click on Quick Customize, you have the outline flyout option checked. So then, when you click on these arrows, it will appear the outline pen, which we're gonna use right now. So I'm gonna use an 8-point outline. I'm gonna select this. Under the object menu, you can find Convert Outline to Object. And now I'm gonna select the text again, and I'm gonna combine it into a single curve with the weld option. Now I'm going to make a copy of this one, and under the drop shadow tool you can find the extrude tool. I'm going to create a 3D effect. With the right side of the mouse you can change the color of the extrude. Then while selecting the extrude, click to Object menu and click Break Extrude Apart. I'm gonna make the outlines darker with the right side of the mouse. Click on the color palette. Now I'm going to zoom in and place the extrude properly. Select the text and make it white. Make its outline white as well. And then select the extrude part and make it gray. I'm going to take the rectangle tool and draw a colored background so we'll be able to work easier. Now I'm going to color this one. I'm going to use the interactive fill tool. You can change the color from this color palette, but I'm going to use the color I've already used on my previous design. And I'm going to add a red outline. I'm going to increase the outline width to 2 points. Then I'm going to make a copy of this text and place it right below. With the right side of the mouse, I'm going to click on the X box on the color palette. I'm gonna get rid of the outline. Now, under freehand tool, you can find the 2-point line. I'm going to draw a straight line, make a copy of it, and while holding the shift key, I'm going to place it right here. Now, go to the drop shadow option again and click on blend. Then connect the two lines. I'm going to decrease the number of steps to 140. I'm going to make these outlines white. With the right side of the mouse, click on the white color on the color palette. And then I'm going to go to transparency tool and add 65 transparency. Now while you have them selected, click the right side of the mouse, power clip inside, and power clip it inside the text. Now I'm going to bring everything together. Place the text with lines slightly above the text with outline. I'm gonna make a copy of the black text and I'm gonna place it slightly above the first one. I'm gonna select both of them and click on back minus front option. Now I'm going to take rid of the lower part with the erase tool. I'm going to delete the lower part and keep only the upper part of the object. Now I'm going to increase the transparency to 70 and I'm going to place it into the design. With the right side of the mouse, I'm going to click on order and bring it to front of page. Now I'm going to zoom in and add some white effects. Under the freehand tool, you can find the 3-point curve, which I'm gonna use to make this effect. I'm going to make it white and I'm going to get rid of the black outlines. I'm going to increase its transparency. and I'm gonna copy it and use it in each letter. If you want to modify their shape, simply click on the shape tool and you can modify them as you need to. Now I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to make a copy of this one again. I'm gonna place the second one slightly above the first one. I'm going to select them both and click on back minus front. Now in this case, I'm going to delete the upper part of the object with the eraser tool. Whilst I have the object selected, I'm going to bitmaps and convert it to bitmap. And then I'm going to add a Gaussian blur. Now I'm going to delete this background because we don't need it any longer. I'm going to create a new background. With the rectangle tool, I'm going to draw a rectangle as big as the size page. Then with the interactive fill tool, I'm going to add a gradient color. I'm going to make this color white. Then I'm going to drag this color in the middle. Now I'm going to select our design. I'm going to send the background to the back of page, and I'm going to take rid of its outline. Now I'm going to move the background a little bit to put the shadow on its place. Now I'm going to put the background on its place, and I'm going to put it to back of page. Now to get the donuts vector, I'm going to use a site that's called Pixabay. It has over 1.4 million royalty-free stock photos and videos, which makes it a great place if you want a free source of amazing quality photos. In our case, I'm going to click on vector graphics and I'm going to search for donuts. I'm going to download this one. So as you can see, it has a CC0 Creative Commons license, which stands for free for personal use as well as for commercial use, and it is with no required attribution. So I'm going to download it and import it to our design. Now I'm gonna copy it and adjust it as in our finished design. Now I'm going to use the complex star tool. I'm going to zoom in, draw some little shapes like this. I'm going to make them with a donut color. And this is it. This is how you make this fun and sweet donut logo using typography design. In this lecture, we're going to create the Hustle Harder logo using typography design. We're going to name our design as Hustle Harder logo. We're going to leave the preset destination as custom. We're not going to use any of these standard sizes. Instead, we're going to make a customized width and height. And we're going to make the page landscape view. We're gonna leave number of pages in 1, primary color mode CMYK, rendering resolution 300 dpi, and preview mode enhanced. I'm gonna put our final design in here so you can follow me easier. To get started, we're going to grab the text tool and write Hustle. I'm gonna resize it. And I'm gonna change its font. I'm gonna change its color to a deeper black. To make this curved line, I'm going to use the text tool and click on this sign on your keyboard. I'm going to make this one as well the same font as the Hustle word. Now I'm going to select them both and convert them into curves. Then I'm going to group them. With the right side of the mouse, you should click Group Objects. And now I'm going to add a contour effect onto this logo. So under the Drop Shadow tool with the little arrow, you can find the contour effect. Here you have 3 contour options. You can make the center contour, inside contour, and outside contour. In this case, we need an outside contour. I've added the contour. Now with the right side of the mouse, I'm going to break the contour group apart. Now I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to copy the contour, Ctrl C, and paste it, Ctrl V. And with the right side of the mouse, I'm going to put it to back of page. I'm going to paste it again, but I'm going to position it differently. I'm going to send this one as well to back of page. So now we have a thicker contour. Now I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to copy and paste it right above our design. I'm gonna change its color to pink. Now I'm going to copy the pink one and move it slightly above our first one. Now select them both and click on this icon, back minus front. Now I'm going to add it to our design. Now I'm going to grab the rectangle tool, draw a rectangle as big as the size page. You can color it from the standard color palette, but I'm going to choose with a color eyedropper the same color that I used in my previous design. With the right side of the mouse, I'm going to send it to back of page. And with the text tool, I'm going to write harder. I'm going to change its font to Impact. Now I'm going to grab the shape tool and I'm going to create more space between the letters. I'm going to make it a deeper black as well. So this is how you can create similar logos or slogans with typography design. In this lecture, you're gonna learn how to create cylindrical typography design. We are first going to write love with the pen tool, which you can find under freehand tool. And then we're going to add the cylindrical effect. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to use this photo as a reference to write the word. So I'm going to zoom in, take the pen tool and start writing. When you grab the pen tool, you make a point where you want your line to start and another point where you want it to end. Whilst you're holding on the left button of the mouse, you drag the arrows to adjust the line. When you're done with adjusting, you can let go the mouse button. So you do the same procedure with all the lines until you're done. Now if you want to make changes to the word, you simply click on Shape tool, you click on the curve and you can change it as you need to. Now to make the cylindrical effect, take the ellipse tool, draw a little circle, then take the interactive fill tool and make a gradient fill. I'm going to use a red color. Just make sure to get rid of the black outline on the circle with the X box on the color palette. Now I'm going to zoom in, copy the circle, Ctrl C, and paste it, Ctrl V. While holding on the Shift key, drag it, then select the first one and select the blend tool and connect the two circles. Just make sure that the number in the blend objects to be 999. Now I'm going to zoom out, select the line that you created and go to Path Properties. choose New Path, and click where you want the effect to start. Whilst you have it selected, click on the starting and ending objects, click on Show Start. As you see, this part right here is selected. Drag it where you want the effect to start. And then click on Starting and Ending Objects and click on Show End. And now drag the selected part to where you want your effect to end. Select it again, and with these two options you can make it colorful. We're going to choose the color-wise blend. Now to make the background, click on the rectangle tool, draw a rectangle as big as the size page, and then click on the interactive fill tool, and then click this little square and change the color. Click on the rectangle with the right side of the mouse, choose Order and to back of page. Now I'm going to zoom in. Now I'm going to take the text tool and I'm going to write Cylindrical Typography Design. I'm going to drag the ruler and align the text based on this ruler. I'm going to change the font of my text. And this is how you can create a cylindrical typographic logo. Follow me on the next lectures to learn other cool text effects. In this lecture you're gonna learn neon typography. I'm going to import a brick wall background. Then I'm going to grab the rectangle tool and I'm gonna make it black. Then I'm gonna click on interactive fill tool. Then I'm gonna click on elliptical fountain fill and I'm gonna drag this circle to the middle. Then click on the middle of the circle, choose the black color and increase the transparency on 55. Then click on the black rectangle as a whole and go to the transparency tool and increase the transparency. Then grab the ellipse tool, draw an ellipse shape and make it green. While you have it selected, go to bitmaps and click on Convert to Bitmap and click OK. Then go to Bitmaps again, Blur, and click on Gaussian Blur. Make sure that the radius is on its maximum and click OK. While you have the ellipse shape selected, click on the Transparency tool and decrease its transparency. Now I'm going to take the text tool and write neon. I'm gonna change its font to Arial Rounded. Now I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to select the text and go to Contour Effect. Now I'm going to create a contour effect. Now I'm going to select it, and with the right side of the mouse I'm going to break contour group apart. I'm going to select the contour only and make it neon green. And then I'm going to select the text only and make it white. Then again I'm going to select the contour only, click on bitmaps, convert it to bitmap. I'm going to choose the color mode as RGB color. Then click again on bitmaps, blur, and add a Gaussian blur. So this time I'm going to reduce the radius to 17 pixels. And I'm going to click OK. Then I'm gonna select the text only, and with the right side of the mouse choose the neon green again. And I'm going to increase the thickness of the outline. So this is how you can create neon typography. In this lecture I'm going to teach you how to blend the text into the photo. So I've imported an image of my choice. Now I'm going to drag a ruler in the middle of the image, and then under the crop option you can find the knife option. I'm going to separate the photo in the middle. And now I'm going to write the text with the text tool. I'm going to select the text. I'm going to align it to the right. And I'm going to change its font as well. Now I'm going to change the space between the letters, so while I have my text selected, I'm gonna click on Shape tool. And I'm gonna make less space between the letters. And then I'm going to click on the other half of the image, and with the right side of the mouse, I'm gonna power clip it inside the text. Then I'm gonna edit the power clip. I'm going to zoom in and put the image back together. Now I'm going to delete the ruler. So this is how you blend the text into the image. In this lecture, we're going to emboss the text in a metal surface. First, I'm going to import a metal background. Then with the text tool, I'm going to write the text. I'm going to enlarge it and change its font to Impact. Then click the text with the right side of the mouse and convert it to curves. Then make a copy because we're gonna need it later. Then grab the rectangle tool . Select the text first, and while holding on Shift key, select the rectangle as well, and then choose the option back minus front. Then make the object black. I'm going to select this object that I've created and convert it to bitmap. Then I'm going to choose bitmaps again and add a Gaussian blur. I'm gonna increase the radius a little bit. Then I'm going to zoom in, copy the embossed text and put it above the blurred object. I'm going to make its outline red, and I'm going to clear the inner part with the X box in the color palette. I'm gonna place it slightly above the blurred emboss. While holding on Shift key, I'm going to select them both, and I'm gonna click on the intersect option. Now I'm going to delete the blurred object. I'm going to zoom in again, and I'm gonna move only the red outline. I'm gonna make it white. And I'm gonna convert it to bitmap. Then I'm gonna add a Gaussian blur again. Now I'm going to drag the black text once again. With the right side of the mouse, I'm going to choose order, and I'm gonna put it to front of page. Now while I have the black text selected, I will hold the Shift key, and I'm gonna select the blurred white text as well. Then I'm gonna click on back minus front option. Now I'm gonna select the blurred white text only, and I'm gonna add a transparency on it with the transparency tool. And now with the text tool, I'm going to make the same text once again. And again with the transparency tool, I'm gonna increase its transparency to 74. So this is how you can create embossed text effect using any background, because this method works with other backgrounds as well.